When you think of Superman, one name stands well above the rest: Christopher Reeve. With his chiseled jawline, piercing blue eyes, and an unmistakable charm, Reeve wasn't just the first actor to truly embody the Man of Steel. He became the symbol of hope, courage, and resilience for millions around the world. But behind the cape and the blockbuster films, Christopher Reeve's life was an extraordinary story of talent, wealth, passion, and an unrelenting determination to overcome the odds. From his privileged upbringing in New York to his rise as a Hollywood superstar, Reeve's journey was filled with adventure, luxury, and later unimaginable challenges. Christopher Reeve was born on September 25, 1952 in New York City into a family of privilege and intellect. His father, Franklin Reeve, was a novelist, scholar, and a professor, while his mother, Barbara Lamb, was a journalist. Despite their divorce when Christopher was young, both parents instilled in him a love for the arts and an appreciation for hard work. Growing up in Princeton, New Jersey, Reeve excelled academically and showed an early passion for the performing arts. By the time he was a teenager, he was already performing in school plays and community theater productions, displaying the charisma and talent that would later captivate the world. Reeve's academic journey was equally impressive. He attended Princeton Day School before enrolling at Cornell University, where he studied English and theater. During this time at Cornell, he was chosen to study abroad at the prestigious Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London, further honing his craft. But perhaps the most pivotal moment in his early career came when he was accepted into the Juilliard School in New York City, where he studied acting alongside none other than Robin Williams. The two became lifelong friends, sharing a bond that would carry them through their careers and personal struggles. After graduating from Juilliard, Reeve set his heights on acting. Determined to make a name for himself, he began with stage productions and small television roles, earning praise for his striking looks and undeniable talent. But it wasn't until 1978 that Reeve got his big break, a role that would change his life forever. When casting began for the film Superman, the movie, producers faced the daunting task of finding someone who could embody the dual personas of Clark Kent and Superman. They needed an actor who would be both relatable and larger than life, a symbol of humanity and heroism. Christopher Reeve, then a relatively unknown actor, was an unlikely choice. But after his audition, it was clear that he was perfect for the role. With a blend of boyish charm and commanding presence, he brought Superman to life in a way no one else could. Superman, the movie, was a groundbreaking film, setting a new standard for superhero movies. Reeves' performance was nothing short of iconic. He made audiences believe in a man who could fly, not just with his physical transformation, bulking up for the role, but with his ability to balance the quiet vulnerability of Clark Kent with the confident heroism of Superman. The film was an instant hit, grossing over $300 million worldwide and catapulting Reeve to international stardom. Suddenly, the once unknown actor was a household name, celebrated as the definitive Superman. The success of Superman the movie turned Reeve into a Hollywood A-lister. He reprised the role in 3 sequels: Superman 2, Superman 3, and Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, earning millions of dollars and cementing his place in pop culture history. By the early 1980s, Reeve was living the life many could only dream of. He owned luxurious properties, traveled the world, and indulged in his passions including sailing, horseback riding, and flying planes. He was quite literally larger than life, a man who seemed unstoppable, both on-screen and off. While Christopher Reeve will forever be remembered as Superman, he was much more than the man in the cape. After the massive success of Superman, the movie, Reeve was determined to avoid being typecast. He sought out roles that allowed him to showcase his versatility and prove that he was more than just an action star. In 1980, Reeve starred in Somewhere in Time, a romantic fantasy film that has gained a devoted cult following. The movie allowed him to show his softer, more emotional side, proving that he could carry a film without relying on special effects or superpowers. Although the film wasn't a box office hit at the time, it remains one of Reeve's most beloved performances. Reeve continued to take on diverse roles throughout the 1980s, including parts in critically acclaimed films like The Bostonians and Street Smart. In the latter, He starred opposite Morgan Freeman in a gritty crime drama that showcased a darker, more intense side of his acting. Reeve's willingness to take risks and challenge himself creatively earned him respect in Hollywood, even if some of his projects didn't achieve the same level of commercial success as Superman. By the height of his career in the 1980s, Christopher Reeve was one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood. He earned $250,000 for the first Superman film, with the salary increasing to $500,000 for Superman 2, and a reported $1 million for each Superman 3 and Superman 4. Combined with his earnings from other projects, Reeve amassed a considerable fortune. Reeve used his wealth to enjoy the finer things in life. He owned a beautiful country estate in Pound Ridge, New York, a sprawling property surrounded by lush greenery and serene landscapes. The estate became a sanctuary for Reeve and his family, a place where he would escape the pressures of Hollywood and indulge in his favorite hobbies. One of Reeve's great passions was horseback riding. He was an accomplished equestrian who competed in dressage events and took immense pride in his connection to horses. He also loved sailing and often spent time on the water, exploring the world with his family and friends. Additionally, Reeve was a licensed pilot, reflecting his adventurous spirit and love for pushing boundaries. Despite his wealth and success, Reeve remained down to earth. Friends and colleagues often described him as humble and approachable, a man who valued experiences and relationships over material possessions. On May 27, 1995, Christopher Reeve's life took a dramatic and heartbreaking turn. While competing in an equestrian event in Virginia, Reeve was thrown from his horse during a jump, landing on his head and severely injuring his spinal cord. The accident left him paralyzed from the neck down, changing the course of his life forever. For many, such a devastating injury might have marked the end of their story, but for Reeve, it was the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by courage, advocacy, and an unwavering determination to make a difference. Reeve faced immense challenges in the wake of his accident, from adjusting to life as a quadriplegic to managing the financial and emotional toll of his condition. But he refused to let his injury define him. Instead, he became a powerful advocate for spinal cord injury research and a symbol of hope for millions around the world. After his accident, Christopher Reeve dedicated his life to raising awareness and funds for spinal cord injury research. In 1999, he established the Christopher Reeve Foundation, which later became the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation after the passing of his wife. The organization focused on advancing medical research, improving the quality of life for people with paralysis, and advocating for policies to support individuals with disabilities. Reeve became a vocal proponent of stem cell research, using his platform to advocate for scientific advancements that could one day lead to a cure for paralysis. His advocacy took him to Capitol Hill, where he testified before Congress and met with policymakers to push for increased funding and support. Reeve's efforts weren't limited to the scientific community. He also worked to change public perceptions of people with disabilities, appearing in interviews, documentaries, and public events to share his story and inspire others. His resilience and determination made him a global symbol of hope and perseverance. Reeve's accident brought immense financial challenges. The cost of his medical care, therapy, and accommodations was staggering, even for someone with his wealth. In interviews, Reeve acknowledged the privilege of being able to afford such care, but he also highlighted the financial burden faced by many families dealing with similar situations. Despite the difficulties, Reeve remained dedicated to his family. His wife Dana was his rock, providing unwavering support and becoming an advocate in her own right. Together, they raised their son, Will, and found joy in the small moments of everyday life, even in the face of adversity. Reeve's family life was a testament to his resilience and determination to keep moving forward. He continued to write, direct, and even act, using voice technology to narrate and perform in various projects. His work during this period reflected his enduring love for storytelling and his refusal to let his condition limit his creativity. Christopher Reeve's story is one of incredible highs and devastating lows, but through it all, he remained a beacon of strength and inspiration. His contributions to film, advocacy, and public awareness have left a lasting impact that continues to be felt today. Reeve's portrayal of Superman wasn't just a role, it was a reflection of who he was. He was embodied in the qualities of hope, resilience, and courage both on and off the screen, proving that true heroism, lies not in physical strength, but in strength of character. Through his foundation, Reeves' legacy lives on, supporting individuals with paralysis and funding groundbreaking research. His advocacy has paved the way for advancements in spinal cord injury treatment, offering hope to countless people around the world. Christopher Reeve's life was extraordinary in every sense of the word. From his meteoric rise as Superman to his inspiring journey as an advocate for spinal cord injury research, Reeve proved that greatness isn't just about what you achieve. It's about how you face life's challenges and make a difference for others. His wealth and luxurious lifestyle may have been a part of his story, but what truly defined Christopher Reeve was his courage, determination, and unwavering commitment to helping others. He was, and always will be, the true man of steel. Christopher Reeve's later years were defined by his relentless dedication to making the world a better place, even as he faced immense personal challenges. Despite being paralyzed from the neck down, he lived a full life of purpose and impact, demonstrating a level of courage that inspired millions. Reeve didn't let his condition prevent him from continuing his work in entertainment. Using advanced technology that allowed him to narrate and act, he appeared in several projects, including the acclaimed TV remake of Rear Window in 1998, in which he played a character with a disability. The performance earned him a Screen Actors Guild Award nomination and showed that his acting talent remained undiminished. He also directed films, including In the Gloaming, a critically acclaimed HBO drama about a family grappling with the impending loss of a loved one to AIDS. The project reflected Reeve's deep empathy and his desire to tell meaningful, emotionally resonant stories. Beyond his creative pursuits, Reeve focused on his advocacy work. His ability to use his platform to raise awareness for spinal cord injuries and disabilities brought the issue to the forefront of public consciousness. Reeve frequently spoke about how he viewed his accident not as the end of his life, but as a new beginning, an opportunity to inspire others and drive change. One of Reeve's most enduring legacies is the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, which he established to fund research for spinal cord injuries and improve the quality of life for people living with paralysis. The foundation became a beacon of hope for individuals and families facing similar challenges, offering resources, support, and advocacy. Its mission went beyond finding a cure. It aimed to empower people with disabilities to live full and meaningful lives. Under Reeve's leadership, the foundation championed advancements in medical research, including groundbreaking studies on stem cell therapy and neurotechnology. Reeve believed firmly that a cure for spinal cord injuries was within reach, and his optimism fueled the foundation's efforts. After Reeve's passing, Dana Reeve continued his work, ensuring that his vision lived on. The foundation remains active today, funding innovative research and providing critical support to individuals and families affected by paralysis. For all his public achievements, Christopher Reeve's greatest source of strength came from his family. His wife Dana stood by him every step of the way, becoming his advocate, caregiver, and partner in every sense of the word. Dana's unwavering support and love were instrumental in helping Reeve navigate the challenges of his condition and continue pursuing his goals. Reeve often spoke about his family gave him a reason to keep going. He cherished his time with Dana and their son, Will, as well as his two older children, Matthew and Alexandra, from a previous relationship. Despite his physical limitations, Reeve found ways to remain an active and engaged father, providing love and guidance to his children. The Reeve family's strength in the face of adversity became a powerful symbol of resilience. Their story inspired countless others, showing that even in the darkest of times, love and determination can light the way forward. On October 10, 2004, Christopher Reeve passed away at the age of 52 due to complications from an infection. His death was a devastating loss for his family, friends, and the millions of fans who had been inspired by his life and work. Reeve's passing marked the end of an incredible journey, but his legacy continues to live on. Tributes poured in from around the world, with fans, colleagues, and leaders celebrating his contributions to film, advocacy, and the fight for medical advancements. Dana Reeve, who had been his rock throughout his later years, tragically passed away less than 2 years later in 2006 from lung cancer. Despite the heartbreak of losing both Christopher and Dana, their work continues to inspire thanks to the foundation and the countless lives they touched. Christopher Reeve's portrayal of Superman remains one of the most iconic performances in film history. He wasn't just an actor playing a superhero. He embodied the values that Superman stood for: hope, courage, and the belief that we can all make the world a better place. Reeve's performance transcended generations, setting the standard for superhero portrayals and influencing countless actors who took on similar roles in the years that followed. Even as Hollywood has introduced new versions of Superman, Reeve's interpretation remains the gold standard, celebrated for its humanity and authenticity. Beyond the character, Reeve's real-life story became a testament to the very qualities that Superman represents. His ability to overcome adversity, inspire others, and fight for what he believed made him a true hero, not just on the screen, but in the hearts of millions. Christopher Reeve's life offers invaluable lessons for all of us. His journey reminds us of the importance of resilience in the face of adversity, the power of using our platforms to create change, and in the enduring strength of love and community. Reeve's accident could have defined the end of his story, but instead it became the beginning of a new chapter, one that showcased his determination to turn personal tragedy into an opportunity to help others. His advocacy work not only advanced medical research, but also changed perceptions about people with disabilities, proving that limitations are often only as significant as we allow them to be. His love for his family and his dedication to his craft and his causes reminds us of the importance of living life with purpose and passion. Whether you're a fan of his films, inspired by his activism, or touched by his story, Christopher Reeve's legacy is one that continues to resonate deeply. Christopher Reeve will forever be remembered as the original Superman, a role that brought joy to millions and set the stage for an enduring legacy. But beyond the cape and the Hollywood spotlight, Reeve's life was a story of resilience, courage, and the belief that we can all be heroes in our own way. From his groundbreaking performances to his tireless advocacy, Reeve's impact on the world is immeasurable. His legacy lives on not just in his films, but in the lives of those he inspired and the advancements he helped make possible. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.